Hi, I'm Kadeen Smith from the United Nations in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm here with Ms. Patricia Aquing of the Caribbean Wastewater Association. Welcome to you. Can you share with us some of your takeaways from the Caribbean Sustainable Development Forum?
First of all, I was very impressed with the level of commitment and passion that the persons who came here demonstrated over the last few days. It's obvious that we're dealing with a group of people who are very committed to working towards sustainable development in a region that is extremely fragile. From the point of view of the water, wastewater and waste, which is what my association, the CWWA, represents, we are also keen to work with other agencies within the region, us being the largest and premier professional association. One of the issues that we feel that needs to be addressed is the issue, creating the link between what is happening from a technical standpoint to uptake at the policy and political levels. In other words, we're a bunch of engineers and professionals, but when we come up with our solutions, we have our ideas as to where we should go. We need to make the link. So the people who hold the purse strings, the decision makers, the planners, ministers, heads of government, they need to be informed and given advice and policy directions so that at the end of the decisions are taken for the benefit of our population. Some very specific things we'd like to highlight would be one, the issue of wastewater. It's called wastewater, but it actually is water reuse. And given that our islands have been deemed water-stressed islands, we have the overlay of climate change, which impacts on our water supply and our water quality. We need to be looking at water augmentation and alternative water options, resources. And so the issue of wastewater reuse is an issue that needs to be brought to the front, where we can, in fact, as we say, reuse water for various purposes. Agriculture, for instance, is one of the key areas that uses a lot of potable water, treated water, which is quite expensive. And so we feel that if we look at that as an option to reuse wastewater for various purposes, then we would reduce our reliance on potable water, as well as look at the cost issues, in terms of harnessing and delivering potable water to our populations. The second aspect of what we do is the issue of waste management. And this is what I would call a bread and butter issue for the Caribbean. The impact of waste on our region is really tremendous. We're small islands, we are limited by land space, for instance, we're limited by human resources, qualified people, by financial resources, and therefore we need to look at options for reducing waste in our islands. And of course we have the normal things that people know about, which is like recycling and reuse and things like composting. But there are other issues that go beyond that, which is things like a life cycle approach, where we use the least amount of packaging. We do waste characterization. In other words, we separate our waste into various streams, and then by the time you get to a landfill, which is the options that most of us have in the islands, our waste is reduced. Okay? Because we are limited. We are small islands and we are limited by geography, land space, and therefore we have to find solutions which are appropriate to our islands and appropriate to our people. Important for all of these is that the average Jew, members of the population, not just us, the converted, preaching to the choir, but the message has to be made to those populations, to those persons, the ordinary householders, school children, housewives and others, that we have to do something, each of us, if we are to work towards sustainable development, which is really maintaining our islands, having the resources in best use as possible, make the best use as possible of the resources which we have.
And of course, the CWWA would identify very strongly with Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation. What are some of these specific initiatives that you have at your organization that will advance this and other sustainable development goals?
I should make mention of one specific thing, and this is in relation to Haiti, which, as everybody would know by now, has a big issue with sanitation and the issue of cholera. The CWWA is engaged in a particular initiative called CARIWOP, which is the Caribbean Water Operators Partnership, which is a mentor-mentee relationship where water utility companies, which are strong, have strong systems and a strong base, share their expertise and experience with others. And the CARIWOP brings the utilities together. So in the case of Haiti, we're working with their water utility company called DINEPA, and we are transferring information, sending experts over between Belize and Haiti, DINEPA in Haiti, between St. Lucia and Antigua and so on. So that kind of peer exchange really has proven useful because we have a commonality of issues in the region to address in terms of water and sanitation. And the issue of helping each other, South cooperation, is really working for us, and it's something we're excited about. It's not just Haiti, as I mentioned, but among the smaller territories especially, it's actually working. So we're putting together teams from each of the water utility companies to go over and share with each other. If I may mention, from the waste management sector, the CWWA is working with a number of partners, such as the Inter-American Development Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, the Pan American Health Organization, and the United Nations Environment, to develop a regional waste management strategy. The idea being that there are commonalities of challenges that we face, and if we pool our resources, there are some issues that can be addressed from a regional standpoint in a cost-benefit way, most economical, and there are others that countries need to take. So the issue of a regional strategy is very important for us, and so we're working with our partners to ensure that we have the strategy which then the countries can then adopt and implement at action levels within their specific countries.
Okay, and then just before you go, what do you think are some of the next steps that would follow a forum like this, and some of the next steps for the CWWA?
Okay. This has been a very interesting forum, bringing together people from the various islands and countries which form the Caribbean. And one of the things that I would really like to see happen is creating a synergy between the outcomes of this particular forum with others that are already in existence. We really need to avoid duplication of effort, duplication of resources, optimizing what we have. And there are a number of initiatives. So what is needed by the organizers of this forum and others is to do a mapping of what is happening where, and then look at how we can dovetail, in other words, bring value added where there is an opportunity, or where nothing is happening, that we take the lead. And so that's the kind of strategic approach I would like to see. I think the networking has been really good. It needs to be encouraged over and beyond a conference like this, us getting together for 2.5 days. The networking where people get in touch with each other, share experiences and information and so on, and keep the commitment going towards taking this further. We're all challenged. We're all challenged in the region. It has been a tremendous effort to put this together, I know. The CWWA organizes an annual conference of a similar ilk. We have over 400 persons, but what we do is that we also engage our politicians. So we have our private sector people who come in with their products and services through a trade exhibition. We have our ministers who come and interact with our professionals, and I think it's a synergistic relationship which I would like to see replicated in a forum like this, that we don't speak to each other only. We need to bring in the stakeholders who really are impacted on, or who will have an impact on the kinds of programs and actions we want to take.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for being here with us. And of course, for more information on initiatives around sustainable development in the Caribbean, visit www.2030caribbean.org. For more information on the CSDF, visit their Facebook page at Caribbean Sustainable Development Forum.